Brazil's dream of a sixth World Cup title just ended in the most painful way possible, but the story isn't over. On a summer night in New Jersey, five-time champions Brazil walked off the field in shock and silence. The final score read 2-1, but the pain inside that locker room felt much bigger. This wasn't just an early exit, it was Brazil's worst World Cup showing since 1966. Fans back home expected magic, flair, and glory, but instead witnessed heartbreak in the round of 16. The shot was saved, and that single moment changed the entire momentum of the game. Norway sensed the opportunity and grew stronger as Brazil struggled to find their attacking rhythm. Haaland scored not once, but twice in the closing minutes, sealing Norway's historic quarter-final spot. Neymar, in what may be his final act for his country, scored a late consolation penalty. It was bittersweet, a flash of brilliance in a match already slipping away from Brazil.
It marked the end of an era for one of Brazil's most celebrated generations of players. Ancelotti, standing before the cameras, looked disappointed, but far from broken by the result.
He admitted the tournament wasn't spectacular, but insisted his team still deserved better than this outcome.
Despite the heartbreak, Ancelotti made one thing clear: he is not walking away from Brazil. Just 2 months earlier, he signed a contract extension, keeping him in charge until 2030.
Rather than resign like several other coaches did after this World Cup, Ancelotti chose to stay.
He called this defeat the beginning of something new, not the end of his project.
Ancelotti believes Brazil's core talent remains strong enough to compete for future major trophies. But he also acknowledged something painfully obvious: the midfield needs serious rebuilding very soon. With Neymar retiring, and Casemiro and Fabinho likely following, changes are coming fast for Brazil. Ancelotti wants younger, hungrier players to step into those midfield roles moving forward.
He described this current group as talented, but clearly in need of fresh, new energy.
It's a delicate balance, blending proven veterans with the next generation of Brazilian stars. His performances throughout the tournament showed flashes of the brilliance Brazil desperately needs going forward. Ancelotti even defended his penalty decision, explaining it was based on detailed statistical analysis. He said the numbers pointed toward Guimarães as the best option, even though it didn't work. Critics online questioned that decision, wondering if instinct should have mattered more than data.
It's a debate echoing across modern football: analytics versus gut feeling in high-pressure moments.
Brazil hasn't lifted a World Cup trophy since that unforgettable triumph back in 2002.
Since then, every knockout matchup against European opposition has ended in disappointment for Brazil.
This loss extends that painful streak, raising tough questions about the team's identity going forward.
Others argue his championship pedigree is exactly what this rebuilding squad desperately needs right now.
Ancelotti has won the Champions League 5 times, but international football has proven far tougher. As a player, his own World Cup history included heartbreak, injury, and a painful shootout loss. Now as a coach, he's determined to write a different ending for Brazilian football's future. His focus shifts next toward World Cup qualifying and the upcoming Copa America tournament. Brazil hasn't won that continental trophy since 2019, while rivals Argentina have dominated.
Ancelotti knows restoring Brazil's dominance means rebuilding both the roster and the team's confidence. The road back to the top will not be easy, quick, or without criticism along the way. But history shows Brazilian football always finds a way to reload and rise again. Argentina thrived after Maradona, Portugal moved on from Eusebio, and Brazil has bounced back before. Whether Ancelotti can lead that revival remains one of football's most fascinating ongoing stories. For now, one thing is certain: Brazil's story is far from finished, and the world is watching.